Go ahead and start that ad rolling. Hi, how's it going? Hello. Happy Sunday. The day. It's February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, or Palentine's Day, or the day if you want. Or bound chicken, brown cow, maybe. Well, I hope you got some. And to celebrate, since I don't stream on Saturday proper, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the Dead by Daylight's Hooked on You dating sim, which I've kind of always wanted to play, but I have actually kept myself spoiler free of this the entire time. Whew. Yeah. Without any further ado, I believe we should get right into it. I'll stop my music now. Yes, I'll go. No. Right. Yes. I should have done this part off earlier. Oh, good. Is it on the other screen? Boop, 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 boop. That's hilarious. I do actually play Dead by Daylight on Steam. What do you mean? It's because I have it open right now, you fuck. Whatever, I'll deal with that later. Oh, wait, hold on, I guess I do have to quit. Hold on. It means something. It's right there. Try it again. But it's right here. That's so weird. Well, not my problem anymore. That's what I have to say about that. It's like, fine. I don't want to do it anyway. There is a Pokemon in chat. Good luck. Show my Fireball. Springbot. How's it going? Where the fuck is PCG? Hold on. Okay. Just making sure that wasn't a me thing. I won't worry about it. Did that already. Ah, yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, doo, doo, doo. New game. New file. What shall we call you? It's McGee. What? Tits McG then. Fine, because I ran out of characters. Ah. Okay. This. Do I need a. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you nearly drowned. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from, or a single fact about your life. What you do know that is that despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Wow, it really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute. We got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Whoa, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Tits G. May I continue? Please, go on. Okay, then. As I was saying, you look down at your feet, ankle deep, in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back to the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit. A stream of dark bile, bugs, worms, and other ick. Does that make me undead? I had to ask. Okay. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? Run, close your eyes, or dig up that face. Look, like, I would... You brush the sand away from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. And just look at me. There's no body, just his head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of his poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. Yeah, take charge type. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has other been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, so you deposit it. And not my butt. Why, that's a nice coin you've got there. What if you were to spend it right now? Why not? Well, hello there. I'm Dwight. And I'm Claudette. We'll take that. Claudette quickly relieves you of your gold coin and tosses it to Dwight, who bites down on it like an old-timey prospector before handing it back to her. And this is for you. Claudette presents you with a tropical drink. It looks like heaven. When you take a sip, you find that it's incredible. Money well spent in your estimation. But I gotta ask, could somebody maybe design the next one of these dating sims to be all-inclusive? It really takes some of the fun out of a fantasy vacation to be washing your wallet the entire time. Right? But I gotta ask, could somebody maybe design... Oh, wait, I already did that. Thank them for the delicious drink. Thank you for the drink. It's quite delicious. You're welcome. Did someone just thank us? Don't, Dwight. It's normal to be thanked for doing a good job. Trust me on this one. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. Oh. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. The voice calls to you. Well, help, please. You turn around, and when you see what's waiting for you, waifu, your jaw just about hits the ground. Clunk. Hey, girl. Hey. Oh. Okay. Oh, I like her hat. So, he's big. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Hello? Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Sure. Your heart begins to race. Curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy they put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up these monstrous lineup of, well, literal monsters. Sexy-ass monsters, though. Uh-huh. What do you do? Honestly, that is more accurate of what would fucking happen. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on a beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right in Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hand. Oh. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Maybe a little sweaty. But that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Blah. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth. Likely ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened? Worried? Excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. But at the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, take some G. You're matrix. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all going to work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Seems like you've derailed the volleyball game just by showing up. Oh. Damn it. You derailed the game just by showing up, nitwit. And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. That's good advice. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here? You mean they're here to do more than distract from my total domination? That was right. The size means he was done with the game, too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something. Look, I don't care why this slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill him or not? You know you can't. At least, not yet. Oh yeah, not yet. Hey, Tits and G, you might want to, say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. But be warned, answer quickly and answer well. Okay. This is a time quiz. And it will be very important later. Okay, so I'm gonna crash this caffeine real quick. Very important. Why do I have a feeling it's not going to be important at all? Or not important in any way whatsoever? Probably that one. I can't remember. Yeah, that's what I thought. How attractive would you say you are? Average. I'm pretty average, I think. Just another face in the crowd, another meaningless life in an endless cycle. I think you're quite cute myself, like a chipmunk or a grizzly bear. If you could have any superpower, what would it be? Flight, for sure. Technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all it's cracked up to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. Okay. What was your best subject in school? Actually, out of the two of those, history. History? Nice! It's important to know what came before so we're not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? I'm gonna say cat. I don't know what a mustelid is. What? Why is it? You think just because I'm a typical cute goth girl, I have some specific love of all things cats and more specifically black cats? Well, I do. But you can all go to hell anyway. That's okay, Spirit. I do too. What's your favorite color? Blood red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. Excuse me. Alright. What's your dream job? Not working at all. We really get to do what we want. Why work at all? Takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spin laziness into some kind of grand crusade. Ugh, these damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream. Chocolate. My favorite flavor is pain. I like pain over a corpse. Same. Same here. Mine is vanilla, swirled with pain. I like that. I'll take that too. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor I ever conceived myself, but sure not. But enough about ice cream. Am I right? Hold on a second. This reminds me. I am right. Always. It's a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick mint chip. Are teaching lessons now, narrator? You rascal. Kill killed is the rule on this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream? Mint chip? So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them. Yeah. I'm Trapper. I pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers, so if you want to know what a loser is like, say hello to Wraith. Hey, I'm Wraith. I'm nothing like anyone else. I like nice people and I loathe big, dumb idiots. It's it. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's just not worthy of my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering. But society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose to just not take part. Jeez, it's like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. She probably was. Oh no, wait. I'm remembering Spirit's story now, and that's almost exactly what happened. See? Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island, along with lots of love. Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean. Grow up. Grow a body. I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it. Whatever, fog body. That's not nice. He's not nice. You love it. Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting. That's why she likes it. Don't speak for me. I also hate it. Not speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Wraith. Let's move on. Otherwise, they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know this crew, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough. If we're done playing, let's do something else instead. Wow, for once I actually agree with the meathead. I say we go to my yacht. It's a massive boat docked nearby. We'll give everyone a taste of true luxury and power. Wraith rolls his eyes. Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness. No, I hate the endless, desperate, slow-crushing pursuit of wealth and why it's flaunted needlessly, and the cruelty it engenders. I like him too. What about hanging by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. What about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Are you all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out, right here. I'm tired. Besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Well then. I'm guessing this is where we're at. This is where we could go? No, that's where I started. And then there's the cabana. Or the yacht. It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To kick up your feet, look out of the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who would want anything else? Dry, comfortable, enjoying a cool drink on a hot day? It's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Oh, for just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They're the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderer's Island. Cue dramatic musical flourish. None of the others survived. Survived an interview process, I mean. Hence why I shall heretofore call them as survivors with a capital S. Used to have worked here for a long time. So very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that is starting to give me the creeps. We will now escort the group to the venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, and don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy around here. The least you could do is allow us to do our job. The most you could do is help us get off this island. Wait! Yes, pardon me, please. Follow us. Hey, narrator. Yes, something I can help you with. Those two, Claudette and Dwight. Did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Escape? Them? Oh, no. I think you're mistaken. It seemed like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Alright, yes, that's true, he was. But he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south of here. Has much fancier accommodations than this island. Is it not Murderer's Island? One of those big corporate outfits. Quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. Very luxurious. Don't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me. You wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. Now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter. Mostly. When I agree with them. Not like that other island. So, what'll it be? Right, did I not? Okay. I guess we're going to the yacht. Trapper is very pleased with your choice. I bet he is. Not just because he owns the boat, either. Clearly, you understand the importance of appreciating the finer things in life. Unfortunately, though, this means these uncouth heathens are now on my beautiful boat. I'll make sure to help wash it as soon as they leave. Not exactly a genial host, but what he said isn't the worst thing about his comments. It's that he made them in front of everyone else. Loudly. They're used to it at this point, though, so it's time to get to the good stuff. Eating. As the guest of honor, you can choose the appetizer. Here's a menu. What do you want served? Oh, God. Beef carpaccio? Raw, simple, tasty, maybe even a little risky. It's beef carpaccio. All the way for me. And I'm sure the group with such particular tastes will all surely love it. Great choice! That's my favorite! Sometimes it's too cold to start a fire, so you eat what you can. How you can. Gross. Not just meat, but raw meat? Will you be wearing a fur coat through the meal, too? No, it's far too warm for that. But maybe some fun little slippers. The survivors arrive with trays of food as everyone stands around and makes conversation. Enjoy! Please, for our sake. They catch Trapper glaring at them for daring to speak directly to you, but Drake pushes on anyway. Can we get you anything else? Thank you. I'm all set, but thanks for great service. I mean it. Fantastic. Wow! No one ever thanks us for anything. Thank you. Oh, thank you kindly for never speaking out loud to my guests without being spoken to first. Now scram. Now that the help is gone, the killers... killers is a bit harsh. They haven't killed anyone today anyhow. Should we call them suitors or something? I don't know. It lacks a bit of a punch. I'm sticking with killers. The killers have begun to hover around you. Oh, God. I just realized you probably have double audio, huh? Sorry about that. They each seem to be waiting for a moment alone with you. Except Rafe. He's seems to be studying the corner of the room, definitely avoiding any engagement with you at all costs. I am sorry I pissed you off, Wraith. Hey, Bram, how's it going? Sorry it took me so long to notice. I hope you're still there. I hope you're doing well. Happy Valentine's Day. Who will you allow to steal you away for a quick second? Look. I apologize for nothing. You look directly at Huntress and smile. In a blink, she's practically on top of you. I feel a place here. Out in the open, surrounded by water and by people. I hate it here. Someone could sneak up on me. That's how my mother died. She never saw that elk coming. I can't believe she already brought up the elk dead mother thing. My advice? Don't bother explaining to her a yacht in the ocean is the best place to avoid elk attacks. Also, I probably wouldn't mention that sort of thing only happens in action films. Hopefully you and I could spend some time in a spot more conducive to really getting to know one another. Everyone, put down your appetizers. I'm bored and on my yacht. That's unacceptable. Declan? Yes, sir? Prepare a libation. Something that will impress our new guest. By the looks of them, shouldn't take much. Carla, make sure we got both boozy and non-alcoholic versions available. Nobody has to drink if they don't want to. I'm a killer, not an asshole. Declan? Carla? I thought their names were Dwight and Claudette. Who the hell are Dwight and Claudette? Oh, hey, Daryl and Christina. You know those two? Maybe they work on that other island. You! Tits McGee! Ready your mouth hole. Well, this guy really knows how to sell a drink. With undoubtedly crass, he does have a point. A minigame is incoming, and the success or failure of your quest may very well depend on the readiness of your mouth hole. The minigame consists of two parts. On top, a pointer, which rotates in a clockwise direction. And on the bottom, a target you're going to be pointing at. Sometimes the target is immediately visible. Sometimes it's hidden until the pointer arrives. Fuck. Press the space bar to stop the pointer while over the target to win. Fail to land on the target and you will lose. That's exciting. We have an ad starting in 45 seconds. So I'm going to use that for a minute and we're going to try this. To achieve perfect success, let's land on start of the target area, not the end. Okay, ready to play, or would you like me to repeat that? Ready. Away we go. The party never stops. Shots, shots, shots. Perfect. Not bad. Oh, not bad. Oh, it's getting faster. Oh, I almost lost that one. Okay. This whole amnesic thing is already a lot to take in without also pouring a bunch of drinks on top of it. So it's not unexpected that you didn't perform perfectly. Lucky for you, my desire for perfection is only matched by my enjoyment in watching losers fail publicly. But don't expect luck to get you through this forever. Overwhelmed by the afternoon's activity, you feel yourself spinning out of control. Was it the drinks, the pressure to perform, the rocking of the ship? Smartly, you pound a pitcher of water before everyone goes dark around you. Did he roofie me? And then it turns out a quick nap was just what you needed. A nap? Sure. I believe that. When you come to, Dwight and Claudette are somehow already back on shore waving at the boat. I'm pretty sure that means it's time to head back and leave this yacht behind. What shame, too. Trapper planned to serve live monkey brains as an entree. Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You're expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What were you expecting? Some kind of grand hall with a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Okay. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's a very limited seating directly around you. Oh, great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Meanwhile, he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Okay. I was like, where's Trickster? Oh, yeah, Trickster's here. Surprised? Yeah, well, they don't call him Expected-ster. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers, and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. Hey there. You're looking good, PCG. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table if they're sit side by side. That's hilarious. I'll be at the cream in their cookie. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think this was an error, but it's not. It was completely intentional. Trickster's abs are staring at me. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see is a choice. Got that? Okay, Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends of with their enormous sexy arms. Now that everyone's seated, we can begin dinner. That's right, today's meal was prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? It's meat seasoned with specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you'd know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. You need to murder something to eat. It's meat, so that's, like, technically true. Technically true is the best kind of true. Okay, enough yapping. Let's eat. Hey, PCG, you thinking what I'm thinking? Probably not. It's gonna be a personal spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I haven't seen any pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I think I may be sick. Is there anything else to eat? This took 12 hours. I mean, literally everything on silent. Hey, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal. Wow, he's right for a change. Because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain. First, who says twain? Sometimes I swear it's like we're all from completely different historical eras. Second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood. You two in your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Oh. Obviously, my gorgeous katana is the only option. Obs. Hell it is. Oh, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you'd like. Please stop. Please. I hate it when we fight or talk or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azaroth. Great. Instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Hey, Tits McGee, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner. Otherwise, this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. He once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. Wow. Alright, I'm gonna wait for the ad break. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Boop boop. Boop boop boop. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. This is actually pretty jammy music. I don't know if y'all can hear it at all. It occurs to me that I actually need to go grab a drink anyway. It'll take me slightly more than 7 seconds to go grab it, but we're not missing any story. I will be right back. And I'm back. I just had to go across the house to grab another drink. Welcome back from ads. Nom, nom, nom. Oh shit, I forgot my headphones. Where you go? Right over here. Wait. What? I need a pen. Why do I have a pen? I had to grab a pen and my headphones. Grab them on the table behind me. Alright. Quinto. Head. Drink. Took one of my meds. controller when we go. So it doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they will take longer, even longer cleaning their weapon, all while explaining the value of maintaining your tools. I mean, there's a good point. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason, they're always terrified of Katniss. Really? Okay. Hey, why don't you let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea. We'd hate for it to get cold. He hated it when it got cold. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Minigames contest. Here we go. Okay. Minigame time. Nice. Perfect. Perfect. Not bad. Not bad. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds, especially coming from the mask killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving food up behind them, are nasty. Spirit, meanwhile, doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? This is obviously hell. I mean, come on. We're still trying to be mysterious here. You think mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who've been working their asses off to make this a perfect night. Well, at least they are lifting their masks. Sorry. Spirit, why are you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. That's only one thing. Think about it, tits. Number 2 is no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Girl, I don't have to eat or poop. Shh. Right there with you. Perfect girlfriend material. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly just a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestive tract even connects anymore. Between the food and their behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But it's even worse as they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. When do you want to tell them? Look at the seagull! It's incredible. Anyway, what were we talking about? Lame misdirect. Yeah, she's right, Sticks and G. Pretty lame. Own who you are. Never compromise. Didn't you wash up on this island with no memory of who you are and how you got here? Yeah, you did. Poor thing. You had no idea the last time you ate a real meal. Anyway, you've been standing in the sun. But the seagull... Uh-oh, he just made a lot of good points. I swear. You're beginning to feel lightheaded. It waved at me. Maybe you need to eat to survive here. Either that, or someone poisoned you. No, wait, you haven't eaten, so you can't be poisoned. Whatever the answer. You're clearly about to pass out. Oh, hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator. The ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here. I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path. Or at least, a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise. Others lead to something even worse. Starting scene's over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? Or this place holds many secrets, even from itself. But the one that truly matters can be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that, and you'll learn the truth. The ultimate truth. big, mysterious. I gotta give up to this ocean character. That's some quality early game storytelling. Hold on. I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. Oh, okay. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feeling inside me that we're all truly insignificant. And how...
The only thing worth pursuing is revenge.
I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? You look out into the darkness of night and ponder her question. Well, it's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? You found someone special. I used to feel that way. Small, unimportant, alone. But lately, I'm not sure. Started to feel different. I've started to actually think that maybe this island is where I might meet someone special. You look at Spirit, who has turned from the ocean to look at you while you speak on this topic she's clearly so passionate about. A friend, perhaps something more? I don't know what this island has planned for me. A friend? Friends are just cowards who seek comfort in numbers. I had friends once, back before I was chopped into a bunch of pieces by my father. Friends aren't what's keeping me held together. I'm a floating cloud of
Rage.
Ugh, I was so dumb. So busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter. I didn't take care of myself. And now, I'm all I've got. First of all, I got distracted from my true purpose. My destiny. A purpose that was sitting aside me the whole time. Okay, so this might sound a little silly, but Spirit looks around to see if anyone else is on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid. That sounds badass. Right? But I didn't let it out. And then I, chop. And now that dragon is pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But what about me? What's inside you, stranger? No dragon, just a lot of fire. A raging inferno, in fact, begging to burn this whole place down if I let it out. Maybe I am the dragon? I'm sorry, but you're no dragon. And breathing fire? That's some hobbit-type nonsense. I'm a descendant of proud samurai. Our dragons are on a whole other level. Looks like there's only one room for one dragon inside Spirit after all. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you, and quickly spin around to fend off whatever new danger has popped up on the strange island, only to find that it's Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hand, which they're waving above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not a part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No, no time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's scheduled for after what comes after the flirting. Go, go, go! Yes, I'm trying to make them Team Rocket on purpose. Once everyone has gathered at the fire pit, Dwight and Claudette quickly made an announcement. We're not going to blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not going to say who, so don't worry, you, hasn't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities. And we'll only have time for one person to share this special spooky nighttime story. Just one story? But story time is my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh, great. We have to decide as a group? That never goes well. Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I merely chopped your head clean off. No fuss, no muss. Voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you, but you embrace your fate. Sorry, everyone. I think you're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole schedule thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. Been there before. Even though it's taking some pressure off of me, which is an absolute dream come true, is it really fair to pick on the newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule even once? Damn it, Donald. If you try to flex that authority gimmick on one more time, so help me, I'll snap your head off so quick that I'll drown in his blood, Cynthia. Fuss and muss are back on. You two know I love to hack, slash, and slice. We all know you love to kill. It's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names. Who even knows any names? Not us. I renounce my name. Who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anymore? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time. So, Tits McGee, who do you think should go? God damn it, that's a name. Maybe somebody quickly so this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I haven't heard anything from Wraith. I choose you, Wraith. Whoa. This entire experience is being carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with that catchphrases, will you? I'm not really one for scary stories. Life is scary enough as it is. You literally carry around a skull and a spine as your little prop. And as the other colors laugh, Wraith holds up his skull and gazes into its hollow, dark eye sockets. You're looking for some things to experience in the story. Look elsewhere. This is a tale of madness, of staring at the soul of death, and never returning. Once upon a time, a young man worked at a junkyard. The man was quiet, kept to himself, just wanted to avoid trouble. While the boss dealt with clients, the young man operated the crusher, turning old cars into cubes of twisted metal. One day, right before crushing a car, he noticed something. Blood. Drip, drip, dripping from the trunk. He opened it and found a frightened stranger, bound and gagged. The young man reeled. Was he about to accidentally murder the stranger? How could this have happened? He freed the stranger who ran off into the waiting arms of the boss, the owner of the junkyard. Before his shaken employee could tell him about the mistake they had nearly made, the boss took out a knife and swiftly slit the stranger's throat. The young man fell to his knees, unable to comprehend what was happening. As he stared at the ground, too shocked to cry, the boss approached him. What did you do? He asked the boss. I did your job for you. What do you mean? That's not my job. My job is to crush the cars. The boss let out a miserable scoff, his face contorting in evil disdain for the pathetic wretch in front of him. Why do you think we're crushing these cars? To save space? Who do you think my clients are? I don't know, mumbled the young man. Yes, you do, screamed the boss. Deep down, you've always known what was happening here. You just didn't want to admit it yourself. Your hands aren't clean. My clients give me money and I take care of their problems, eliminate their witnesses, tie up their loose ends. Or actually, you do. No, the young man whispered as the boss towered above him. Yes, you're nothing more than an executioner, and you've reaped hundreds of souls. The young man's body shook with soft spasms as he tried to stop crying. It was when the boss started laughing that it happened. Something in the young man changed. He stood up, now taller than the boss. A faint glimmer of fear overtook the snarl in the older man's face. The young man's face was empty. Empty as he grabbed the boss's throat and dragged him to the car in the crusher. Empty as he picked up the boss and stuffed him inside. Empty as he slammed the trunk down on him, its stupid fat head sticking out, begging for mercy. Empty as he started the machine, staring at the boss and its sniveling, crying, wet face. Empty as he grabbed the boss's head, dug his fingers in, farther, piercing the skin. Empty as he squeezed and pulled. Empty as he heard bones popping and snapping. When the boss's head, still attached to his spine, pulled cleanly out of its disgusting sack of a body, he smiled. Wraith stares back into the eye sockets of his skull. Doesn't matter how good you are, how innocent, how kind, how full of love you once were. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. That poor kid. An awkward silence falls upon the room, until I'm gonna offer praise. When you look into the eyes of evil, you will surely go mad. My God, that is brilliant. I'm glad you didn't give us any Shakespeare, because that story made Shakespeare look slack-jawed, mouth-breathing idiot. Thank you. I'm too overcome. As you sit down, the other killers look at each other, unsure if you're joking. Thanks. Wraith, on the other hand, is absolutely sure you're joking. You may have gone a little overboard. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit, so that they can all have a moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for all of 7 seconds because Trickster shows up, and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing this from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. Okay. I am the ultimate catch on this island, the only lobster in an ocean of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come on, find me, baby. Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Wraith approaches you. Hey, I'm probably not making a great impression because I guess that's not really my thing. I just know that if you got to know me, then I mean, look, the others aren't around. And I really hate the fire pit. I just kind of hate fire in general. Maybe we could go back to the pool. And like, I don't know, whatever, you know? Dip in the pool with Wraith. You've come a long way in a single day. I'm not saying you shouldn't follow him. An offer like that. Just don't forget a little talk. Right. You and your storyteller friends slip into the water. Well, this is a pretty view. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous sharks comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're pretty sure your killer companion would handle it. Hey, so do you remember my story? You mean the one you just told like a minute ago? Yeah. Yeah, I do. What did you think of from the man of the story? Do you think he's weird? I would forgive him. What happened to him would make anyone snap. And who knows what happened in his past life to lead him to that point. He was just trying to be good. Yeah, that's all he wanted, was to be good. Well, that makes sense. Did the wrong man remind you of anyone? Yes and no. I think that's what makes it such a great story. It's unique and surprising, but relatable and familiar. I think we all know someone like that young man. I think we all have a little of him inside us. Wraith giggles, not in a gross way like you're thinking, but a very silly one. I assume he's imagining a tiny version of himself dancing around in his own belly. Because that's just who he is. I want to put him in my pocket. You notice the temperature has dropped significantly. Is it cold in this water now, or is it just me? I feel like my toes are turning into ice cubes. Wraith seizes up and squeezes his eyes shut. Please, I can't be around any cube talk. Not since, I heard that story from somebody else. A long time ago. Story you just told us 2 minutes ago. Exactly. The one that wasn't about me. Usually we'd be nervous about what we were about to make up things awkward when we barge in. But obviously we couldn't hold a candle to whatever was happening here tonight. Either way, it's time for bed. For you, but not for us. After you go to sleep, that's when we party. After spending the day cooped up in those tight little safari-themed resort uniforms, you just know those two rage late into the night. But you're not here to party with them. You've got your own repressed relationships to tend to. Head over to the campsite. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Wraith's story about the young man. And find out who's part of a sinister plot. What you don't know about your current situation? Or what don't you know about your current situation? Is it something that will terrify you? Something that will make you snap? What if you look into the eyes of evil? And what if you like it? Before you can dwell too much on your feet, Claudette and Dwight arrive with their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We were prepared for another guest, but we were going to take you to make you comfortable or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you'll want to rob of their beauty sleep. I have to play a game to fucking sleep. That's fun. Alright. Okay. Alright, let's go. As you relax and look into the fire, the radio begins to fuzz and flicker. You examine it and decide that you might adjust the dial. Sorry, to fix it. Let's see what's on this station. I don't hear anything. I really don't hear anything. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go.
Let's talk about our community. For us, it means two major things. First of all, the community is you out there. It's you and everybody else either playing the game or talking about the game or creating content relating to the game or being inspired by the game to write music or to make outfits. It's everybody that's part of what makes Dead by Daylight this
Hi, Lily. Good morning. Happy Sunday.
It means groups of people who interact.
I'm trying to listen to this radio thing, and I don't know what's...
It means people who play together. It's even the people who play by themselves and never talk to anybody.
Nothing? Oh, there you go. Doing pretty good. I was late for stream because I took a nap, and now I gotta try to fix my sleep schedule enough. But culture has tomorrow off with me, so everything's looking good here. How are you? No matter how many things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You decide to ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you. I'm tired, sleepier. Yep. I hate when that happens. I used to work a mix of days and nights. My sleep schedule would be so messed up. Yeah. Like, I want to work with the chickens some today or tomorrow. But, like, when? When is the sun up? When I'm up. And it's not usually, so. Yeah. I'm glad you know what I'm talking about, though. Who do I want to summon by my side? I feel bad for leaving Trapper out. But also Huntress. Trapper, you around? I was wondering if I could get some company. Trapper tells you a secret for falling asleep when he's feeling restless. A heavy bearskin blanket is all you need. If that doesn't work, I go for a late night walk and punch the first person I come across. You're a real charmer, Trapper. I'm not sure I'm brave enough to kill a bear or skilled enough to skin it. You're certainly not either of those things as far as I can tell. Here, hold on to this. Try not to hurt yourself. Aw, he gave me a bear claw. Complete with sharp claws. It's like the most aggro version of rabbit's foot you've ever seen. It's fine. Maybe you're paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't be as spooky by now. You've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one is still undeniably odd. Had a good time on the private yacht today, huh? A comforting rocking sensation. That was all me. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You wake suddenly to see someone looming over you. When you wake up, you find Spirit sitting beside you, reading a worn paperback. Hey girl, hey. Oh hey, what? Shh, shh. Clearly she has noticed that you're awake, but she hasn't actually looked at you. Seems like she's pretty focused on that book. It seems like forever as she stares at the page before finally shutting the book and setting it down. Oh, you're awake. Yeah, never mind. I saw you with the Trapper right before bedtime. I wouldn't tell you how to live your life, but if you ask me, you could do a lot better. It's completely by accident I even saw him over here. It's not like I was looking out for you or anything. This was simply the best reading light, and the text on my book is very, very fine print, so it's tough to read in the dark. Don't get the wrong idea. You and I obviously mind our own business types, not phony out for each other as an excuse for just being nosy types. But well, since you're here, and I'm here, maybe we've got other things in common. Who knows? Spend a little more time together tomorrow, we might find that, I don't know, we get along. And by get along, I mean I exist simply and comfortably without feeling any burning desire to assassinate the other person. Or not, whatever, I don't even care. Bye. Good night, and sweet dreams to you too, I guess. Finally alone for real this time, maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. Wait a second, where are we? This isn't... Oh, jeez. Those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to a camera. I think today went really well. There were some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. Oh, she's Russian. Fuck. I can do your voice long. Alright. You can try again. Okay. I think today went really well. These are some of my first interactions with someone who isn't a parent that didn't end in bloodshed or untimely perishing in my Russian cottage. So, I'm counting today as a win, no matter what happens. What do I think of the newcomer? Do I have to say? Oh, I do. Attractive, mysterious. I really don't know that many other words since I was raised by my mom in the woods, until she was skewered by an elk. Then I had to wash her entrails off my seraphim. That being said, the other three should make sure to be on their guard. I don't know who this newcomer will want to spend the time with tomorrow, but I, for one, will not let my guard down easily. Who knows about the others? Wraith, I think, knows more than he's letting on about this place, but he's a hard nut to crack. Meanwhile, Spirit is just screaming all the time. Major boss kill. And Trapper? Ugh, why do I even begin with Trapper? He's buff, sure, but daddy issues much? Sheesh. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat a fine diet of raw D, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fetal. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think that I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. If I'm being honest, I just want to kill about every person I meet within a minute of meeting them. Even the few people I can tolerate, I want to see suffer for a long time before I kill them. But this person, for some reason, I would like them to continue living. For now. one false step and, well, you know, everyone calls me Trapper for a reason. Now they better call me Trapper. I swear if I watch this later and you list me as Evan, I'm gonna kill the Cryon guy. Yeah, today was fun. I didn't want to get ahead of myself or really invest in something that might hurt me, so I don't know. Maybe we'll just see how it goes, or maybe they'll realize I'm not the one for them. They seem pretty smart, so that's probably what'll happen. I gotta learn to go easier on myself. Who could love me if I can't love myself? I know that everyone thinks of me as beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I didn't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe, okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. She looks very different. Yes. Yep. And I had, since, Valentine's Day, I had to play this because of Valentine's Day. You open your eyes, the sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great. Totally rested. Now I know it's a crock of shit. Not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You really are here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. I mean, at least they make for a sexy bunch, you know? And talk about sexy, here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Oh my god, he brings me coffee? Morning, beautiful. Thought you might like a nice cup of joe to start this incredible day off right. It's pretty. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Sure. The coffee's probably gonna kill me, but at least it's coffee. Right? I mean, no, when those musicians are morning people. No, he hasn't got to sleep yet, then. I also wanted to wish you luck. Today is an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I am just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is the time. Never mind, he left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... Wait, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call him Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. And I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, and torturing you. Yet. It's supposed to be tropical paradise. The type of place to give you 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. Wait, those are some words. And please make sure to leave a review. It really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you. So can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not Parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. This is loving this. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land. I submerge those who defy me, and
Become their watery grave.
Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something. Something of grave importance. Fine. Go ahead. Even if the place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror could still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review. It was crafted with love, and or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, Ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You should really judge it on the artist's intent, and whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate vacations, is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. We gotta celebrate those who venture to bare their souls as part of the creative process, with the ultimate intent of making things for enjoyment, not to be overcritical of them. I feel like they're talking to certain people. Maybe. A bit. Are you trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after saving from that poorly made cup of coffee. So, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second morning. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Well, sure, they make great points. I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course. Apologies, Tits and G. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on this island? Yes, and I'm not suspicious of there's not a no option. What an encouraging response. I was so glad you're not suspicious. Hey, Claudette, maybe Tix and G isn't suspicious because they figured out what they're actually doing here. Zero chance. They're still clicking, even right now, to see how you'll respond. Hey, look at that. Yeah, they don't know anything. Doesn't matter, though, Tix and G. We're so happy to hear you're having fun. I didn't say I was having fun. We're all having fun, Tits and G. Didn't you hear us? We're all having fun. We do need to ask you one more question, though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. Would you sign this, please, non-disparagement agreement? That's a different kind of NDA, that's for sure. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Tits, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect! Delightful! Excellent. Yes, yes. Hey, Tits, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a positive review, because we all know that nobody likes to read negative reviews of games resorts like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance. And with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that can only mean one thing. Breakfast. No. Perfect timing! Everyone rolls into the dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon, and so much for maintaining these beach bots. We're all half naked in tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here, a yogurt? Magic powers will only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. Take your plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It's like going through puberty again, except all in one day on a beautiful and mysterious island. Looks like you're not the only one not doing some introspection, though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went, in case anyone was wondering. Personally, I wasn't. I'll be honest, I didn't expect you survive yesterday, so congrats, I guess. Well, you survived today is 50-50 at best, so, good luck. Well, that was bizarre. Back to your breakfast. Nope. Now Hentra steps up to talk about her feelings. At this point, anything could happen. I'm open to all the possibilities that this strange island has in store. How open-minded. Oh, well, that surely must be it. No one else would weirdly stand up during breakfast, too. And just like that, here comes Spirit. Did everyone sleep well? I did, or should I say did not. I haven't slept in 20 years on account of the whole burning quest for familial revenge thing, and last night was no different. So in that case, it was exactly how it should be. Got a lot of reading done, though. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to go back to quietly resenting being trapped here with you all, while looking cute doing so. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak good in front of a group. Oh, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. Oh, hey. That was fun yesterday, huh? Yeah, I mean, like, not too much fun. That would be weird. But, like, a good amount of fun. And now they're looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself. I see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep on wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Or a sexy true-to-life experience. Shame you didn't get any breakfast, but so be it. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was, in short, a lot. That's usually what the reality shows tell me anyway. Before you get there, though, something catches your attention. Do you hear that? You're addressing me? Well, yeah, I guess. That's okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers. It feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, narrator. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind seeing how I'm not real at all. And yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pole shed. No, stick it in there. A little more. Oh yeah, that's it. Yes. How did that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that feels right. This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that and put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Just like that. Exactly like that. I swear I had no idea these two even do whatever it is they are doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow, look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on a chair. Anyone know where I could buy some? Damn it! Oh, come on. A little privacy, please. Dwight is panting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eye. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here. And that I could hear you, well, you know. Now what? What do you think we were doing? You were doing, I don't know exactly what you're doing, but it sounded like, fun. You think 2 people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Oops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I've come to believe that the key is finding the exact place where we need to bleed out from, and I believe that place is their appendix. Why else would it be there? Makes sense to me. Did you actually think we were me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. My life is a nightmare, and yet somehow it's never been worse than right now. Yeah, well, fuck you, Dwight. Let's go, lover boy. I noted all our entry wounds, and our 5 minutes is up anyway. Good luck, PCG. You're gonna need it. And hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure your ghost tells us how. That was both a tragedy and a comedy. A cragmedy. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah. You're heading to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was in short, a lot so far today has been exhausting too. But you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up sun in a heated pool. Today, you're on a date with you. Oh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? And aside from that disturbing thought, all is going to plan until a shadow blocks your precious sun. Spiky tipped, like a palm tree, is bending over to screw with you. It's no tree at all. It's... Hey, babe. Breakfast was weird, huh? Everyone just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What's that about? Some forced kind of check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever, though. Breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon. Or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You see my abs, by the way. Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island. You know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right, I could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing, you gotta give him that. But the blow-up bat, threatening but adorable, makes for an interesting silhouette. Genius design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything, and we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking. It's not an open invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now the guy's gone, and we've got some ground rules established that we're definitely going to abide by. It's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and... Nope. Another shadow. These people will not leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Of course, it's Trapper. You two have gotten pretty cozy. You should definitely come with me, obviously. Remember, I have a beautiful little spot with all the delightful trappings of island life. Also, I have some actual traps, but play your cards right, and I'll warn you about them first. Also, what's great about my hideaway is that no one knows where it is but me. Not Huntress, not Wraith, not even Spirit. Spectre? No, you're a cutie. Hi, how are you doing? They're very much life for now, and it's all mine. The kind of place you can really lock yourself away from life in. I know you don't have much to think about. Why would you? You can have me, a specimen, so fine I can block out the sun. Or you can choose one of these peasants. Speaking of, before you can decide if you want to go off Trapper, Huntress interjects. I guess you could go with Trapper, but if you want the brawn without the dram, give this little bunny a try instead. I mean me. I'm the bunny. Because of my mask. I tried to rhyme brawn with drama, but it was hard. I'm not educated, okay? But what I lack in schooling, I make up for with killer instincts and a truly insane vertical jump. Trust me, you don't know how hot it is to jump super high until you've seen me do it. The view from down there, it'll sure as hell be looking at some amateur artwork or whatever Trapper has going. Oh. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked to pieces for saying the wrong thing. So I always get to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. No, you make lemon grenades. And you shove it back at life. And then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. You can jump on my pogo stick all you want. Giggity.
That's what she said.
Sorry, this island's got me real tilted. So, who will it be? I gotta go with Huntress. Whee! You and Huntress make your way to the secluded beach house. Your heart thrums in your chest. Don't look it up. Thrums is a real word. I swear. Are these nerves of excitement or terror? Isn't it fun to mix the sexy and the horrifying? I mean... Huntress is as quiet as a mouse as she guides you through the island forest. You struggle to keep up with her. She moves like a jungle cat, all muscle and silent leaps across thorny brush. She halts suddenly and you crash into her, having been desperately trying to keep up. You follow her gaze and realize you've arrived. A cabin in the woods. Obligatory in nearly all horror films and stories. And you've come here willingly, with a fearsome killer. Great job. The cabin is cozy. Coven. Huh. But something seems off about it, and can't quite put your finger on what it is. Huntress stares at you through her bunny mask, cocking her head to the side, as if trying to gauge your reaction to her hideaway. Are you going to invite me inside? Why do you need an invitation? Are you a vampire? No. Oh. Is it just me, or did Huntress seem a little disappointed? Didn't peg her for a lover of the Fang, but hey, I don't judge. Come on in, let's explore. While they're inside, it's creepy, rickety, and definitely not up to code, but has a certain homey charm. Look, I would live here. You're quite the decorator. She blushes. Indeed she is. A chandelier made of bone hangs delicately from the foyer ceiling, and a collection of trinkets lines the mantle. Trinkles lines the mantic. Something tells you that the people who once owned these things are not of this mortal coil anymore. Could you be Huntress's next victim? One could only hope. The thought gives you a wicked thrill. Hey, she's looking at you again. What do you think of my collection? It's so much. That's not what I was trying to say. Oh, are you a hoarder? Why do you need so many watches and umbrellas? Are those someone's reading glasses? You probably missed them. And keys! Goodness, the keys. It's a bit much, isn't it? Can I go back? Because I didn't want that to be my answer. Shit. Huntress lights up. She's excited that you know what all these random things are called. Oh. Okay, I guess that worked out in my favor. Hunty mommy. I so very badly want to know why humans carry around so many peculiar accoutrements. It is a bit too much. Which means I've got plenty to share. Here, take this. It's a key. She gives you one of her precious shiny objects to keep. No one's going to talk about how Huntress doesn't know what a key is, but does know the word accoutrement. Okay, moving on then. I was just wondering. That is a cool key. I can't wait to go treasure hunting with you. We could find so many more goodies on the island. But first, what do you think of the other killers on the island? I mean, Trickster is pretty out there, but everyone else seems like they have interesting backstories and whatnot. A little gossip, huh? What are you playing at, Ted Spaghetti? Huntress considers this for a B. She seems to have two modes, thoughtful and explosive. You hope to never be in the splash zone when the explosive part emerges. Why? Are you curious? Before you can answer, the house begins to shake. Huntress loses her balance on the termite-infested floor and falls into your arms. You're not mad about it, but before you have time to enjoy taking this moment in... Oh no, it's an attack! A horde of killer crabs invade through the crevices in the poorly constructed cabin. They race at you, and Huntress in swarms, clacking their razor-sharp claws at you. You must act quickly. What will you do? Grab a Shashka. Being the highly educated person that you definitely are, you know that a Shashka is a Russian sword, not an umbrella or can of cola or something else like that. Back with Huntress, you both hack away at the attacking crustaceans. You manage to slay the majority of the killer crabs. The ones you miss go scurrying away back into their hidey holes. Huntress turns to you with a gaze that's full of passion and intrigue. However, before it bubbles over, she looks away, suppressing this feeling. Is she nervous? Huntress sits down on the wicker couch and begins cleaning the guts off her hatches. It's an obligatory scene for every killer. You're just happy to not be the source of what she's wiping off. Also true. Looks like we're having crab for dinner. She doesn't smile at your joke. She has that ponderous look on her face again. You join her on the couch. Man, sometimes those near-death experiences really get me thinking about what I want in life. I think I'd like to start a family one day. What about you? Maybe one day, with the right person. I mean, it's a life-changing decision. You have to make sure it's right. Huntress smiles coyly. A good answer. You never know what kind of weirdos are out there. So, what were you like as a kid? Try to imagine this giantess as a meek child in a puffer coat wandering about the forest. Huntress chuckles. Her laugh is cute and soft. I was so innocent. We hunted to survive. Then went back to the cottage, and Mother would tell me stories, and we drink tea and imagine a life far away from the woods. Somewhere like this. I suppose I finally achieved what she always wanted from me. But since coming here, something feels off. It's beautiful and warm, and everyone is so attractive. Like thirst traps galore. But don't you get the feeling that something is coming for us? Oh no, she's onto you. But onto you about what? Swirling memories rush through your head. Nightmares, visions of a dark cloud, Claudette and Dwight's vacant stares that belie some sort of hypnosis. Quick, validate your theory or try to push it off. Really? What? I don't feel that way at all. Everything is perfect here and I know nothing. Nothing, okay? Nice save. Who wouldn't want to derail the mission you're on? Maybe you haven't fooled her at all. Huntress looks at you with a sneer of distrust. The newcomer doth protest too much. Damn it. You're saved from the stress of being stared down by a ruthless Russian woman with a hatchet by Claudette and Dwight. Burst in on you and interrupt. We have a dramatic announcement! But it needs to happen back at the beach. Ad break ends in 11 seconds. Oh, 3, 2, 1. And welcome back from ads, everybody. We're in the middle of the Hooked on You Dead by Daylight dating sim for Valentine's Day. And I have a huge heart on for our huntress. Anyone surprised? Anyone? Anyone? Nope. Didn't think so. Alright. You arrive at the beach and realize you were set up. There's no big announcement after all. Thank you, Claudette and Dwight. What we have here is a good old-fashioned rivalry. It's true. Exactly like that voice that we cannot hear and certainly aren't referencing says. We were forced to interrupt your lovely date with it by another killer. They are here, ready to make you an offer of love you won't be able to deny. Trapper emerges from the water. Is he slow motion? He's pure thirst. He's Paul Newman on horseback. He's Denzel on the cover of GQ. Many manliness brought to life. Also, was he holding his breath under there this whole time waiting for his cue? That's commitment to a bit if I've ever seen one. Heard you spent the day in a quaint cottage. That's cute. How about a quaint mansion? Or better yet, how about one on each continent? Yeah, including Antarctica. I'm really, really rich. Think of how cozy we can get in there with a snowy 10-bedroom chateau. One of those pools that is half indoor, half outdoor, but nice and warm throughout. That way you can kill a mama polar bear from the outside while watching her cubs cry over her body from inside. Wow, Trapper is the real deal, and by real I mean really, and by deal I mean evil. Plus, you really want to hunt for your food for the rest of your life? With me, you get it both ways, savagery and someone to clean up after you. Sounds nice, huh? That sounds amazing. Why didn't you lead with all the fancy stuff yesterday? I'm sorry, Huntress. Oh my god. A life of brutal havoc, slaying underlings, being really rich and sexy. It's a tough decision. I was taken in by her statuesque frame at first, but I've started to believe that there's nothing behind those eyes. I did not say that! Oh no! I don't say this lightly, but I'm changing paths. I want Trapper. That is not what I said at all. Look, we all make mistakes. Well, at least people like you do. I don't make mistakes. Are we in a glowworm cave? This is a fucking glowworm cave. Do you understand that I have actually been in a real glowworm cave? And because I recognize this, I have questions. The important thing is learning from them and correcting them the first chance we get so an angry man doesn't come and bash your brains in. Not that I would have done that. No, I'm more a split you in half kind of guy.
That's what she said.
Very different from smashing. That's more Wraith style. Anyway, here we are. A beautiful cave. The only truly great place on this entire island. Welcome. Please, make yourself at home. But not really. This is my home and don't you forget it. But please. This is where I come to get away from the screams. To hear other screams. I'm just kidding. This is a peaceful place so long as no one arrives uninvited. And since I invited you here, let me just say, stay away from the water. Far away. Do you understand? Assume it's a trap. Because it's a little trap and I'll die? Because it's a literal trap and you'll die. No silence should last as long unless Wraith is around. Hey, seriously, don't go in the water. But even more importantly, stay away from that cave entrance and don't ask me why. You got it? I understand. Now that you know what not to do around here, I can finally get to know ya. Nope, actually you can't, because at exactly this moment, Trickster shows up. Hello there, you sexy thing. Not you, Trapper. I'm talking to this beautiful specimen over here. Why are you here? And I don't just mean in my secret spot. Why are you literally here on this island? Obviously for the same reason we all are. I think, maybe. Actually, I have no idea why we're here. Better ask Wraith what's going on. He probably has all the answers. Anyway, I was saying something. Oh yeah, I want to find love. Same as you. I don't know, sounds like a legit reason. So what do you say, Tess McGee? You want to find love with me? Ask why I should. You tell me. Why should I? Suddenly, Trickster turns very serious. His pop star persona is gone. I can promise you something Trapper can never give you. Love. Trapper only wants someone he can use and manipulate for his own gain. A loyal lapdog he'll discard the second he finds a bigger, stronger, meaner puppy he can abuse without fear of being bitten. But I want nothing more than to love someone and be loved by them. Not because I'm a celebrity, but for who I am as a person. I don't even know what real love is. No one can see past the person my manager wants them to think that I am. But I'm more than a pretty face and a whole lot of skill. And my heart is kind and unburdened by the moral trappings of money, fame, and power, no matter how the world is meant to see me. Trapper doesn't need, or even really want, you for you. That's all I want. You and nothing else. Now, what do you say? Will you come with me? I don't know what I should do. Alright, I'm gonna put in a real quick poll. I'm gonna yes or no / poll. We'll go for a minute. Start poll. Welcome to vote if we're going to run to Trickster or laugh at Trickster. I'm not really sure what we should do. He just spent this whole bit of time trying to convince us to go with him. That he actually wants us for us, and that Trapper just wants a puppy he can abuse. And looks like we are going to run to him. Pokemon in chat for those of you playing the Pokemon community game. You throw your arms around Trickster. I'm yours, Trickster. Take me away. Okay, look, you fell for it. This is a little joke here on how we knew you'd be so horny for Trickster that you sacrificed your entire playthrough to switch tracks. Now at this seemingly random moment. Ah, joke's on you. We put him in this game because he's an absolute fox, but you can't really pursue him. I mean, come on. He's called the Trickster for crying out loud. And this clave belongs to the Trapper. Get it? Tricked and trapped. A real 1-2 combo punch to groin. So it's off to horny jail for you, which in this case is restarting from the beginning of Trapper State. And I think I've been busted. Don't make this mistake again, you big horny dummy. again. Damn it. Yeah, decent. Look, we all make mistakes. Well, at least people like you do. I don't make mistakes. Important thing is learning from them and correcting them the first chance we get so an angry man doesn't come bash your brains in. Not that I would have done that. I'm more of a split you in half kind of guy. Very different from smashing. That's more Wraith style. Anyway, here we are, my beautiful cave. Blah, blah, blah. We already read all this. Stay away from the water. Assume it's a trap. I understand. There's where Trickster shows up, starts his thing. I just love that his bat is inflatable, and I'm glad that him bending it that I noticed. I'm not interested, Trickster, and I demand that you leave this cave immediately. Why? You haven't given me any reason to. Do you want me to prove my worth? Yeah. So much screaming. Doors, stairs, everyone's. And why is someone singing? Oh. And my head got stuck in a spittoon. Doesn't matter. Trapper is furious you made him fight this pop star in the first place. Short detente to sacrifice this weakling as tribute to our battle for true dominance. Talk about murdering a French Trapper. I didn't know you came here. I didn't come here to woo you, but you're making me think thoughts. Of course. Let's do it. This is not an invitation to anything but battle. After Tits McGee is dead. In a moment of rare cooperation, Trapper and Trickster unite to pick you up and toss you into the water. Seems they're quite happy to cease their fight until you've died. Okay then. I have made several mistakes. And this one's a trap. There's Trickster. Da 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 da. I'm loyal to Trapper. I chose Trapper for a reason. And that reason is... It's quick. Think you've got some decent options. The muscle's obviously his moral status. His can-do attitude, and by can-do I mean can do several unspeakable acts of horror in a row without losing his breath. All good reasons. It's none of your damn business. Trickster, since you've probably never experienced it before, that's what loyalty looks like or sounds like. Please, do you have any idea what I've put my agent, lawyer, and personal stylist through? And they've stuck with me. That's loyalty. Find me if you want to know what it's like to work with beneath a real boss. Before slipping out the back of the cave as quickly and silently as he arrived. You look at that. Conflict resolution without anyone getting slashed, bashed, or split in half. It only took 3 tries. Your complete devotion and allegiance to this hulking monster really has brought a sense of calm purpose to your life. Trapper's happy, at least he might be. He's smiling, but it's unclear if it's a happy smile or an angry rage smile. Then again, that's always the case with him. Well, thank goodness that's behind us, even if the smell of Cleaver body spray is not. None of us are proud of that. Now, if you don't mind, I'm feeling a little stressed out, and I hate to be uncomfortable in my own abode. I'll be right back. He's gone. Not sure for how long, though. What do you want to do while you wait? Remain perfectly still, standing alone in this dimly lit cave. Some life I've made for myself. Feelings, though, you can stand it all without a backbone. You big baby. I'm sorry. All this time with Trapper has me talking like him. Trapper's back, and he's carrying an enormous jug of what looks like moonshine. Non-0% chance it's chlorine. Dwight did mention a bottle went missing from the pool shed. Well, do you want something to take the edge off this... off like a skull jammed onto a spike? Nope, that might kill you. I have no idea if that's moonshine, a deadly poison, or moonshine so strong it might accidentally be deadly poison, so no thank you. I was trying to be polite. Not sure how people actually do that. How'd I do? I nail it? Truth is, I didn't think there was any way you'd say yes. I'm actually going to drink this whole thing myself. Okay then. Because you showed you can be trusted, I'm finally ready to show you one of my sketches. And this time, I won't take no for an answer. This one is very important to me. I've never shown it to anyone. Feast your eyes on this. It's adorable. Looks like something kindergartner would meet if they had been blindfolded. Shut up. Everyone has their own, art stuff. Well, what do you think of it? It's amazing. I love it. You have some real skill, and I hope you continue putting time into developing this passion of yours. Do you honestly think so? Or are you just being polite? Honestly. Seriously, it's great. Are you dumb or liar? Dumb. Yeah, I am kind of thick. No shit. I didn't draw this. I saw it from Hillbilly. No, he's not on the island. He lost his spot to Trickster. My sketches are actually really cool. You really will get to see one soon, too. So long as things go well. Dwight and Claudette are back at the cave entrance. We swear this time we're going to tell you the truth. Honestly, please believe us. It's time for everyone to meet everyone for dinner. It's fine. I'm so hungry I could eat another horse. Another? Like you've eaten one before, or you've eaten a horse today? Yes. Yes to which one? Exactly. Oh my god, it's like talking to my late partner. Don't bother, you need to keep on schedule. Okay. Hey, Dama, I have a question for you two. So much for the schedule. Yes, sir? Either of you want children? We can't answer that. How could we even think about becoming parents when all we want is our freedom? Whether it be the freedom to leave this island, or the freedom to die and stay dead. I'll take that as a no on children. Good for both of you. You just earned yourself a quick death next time. Unless I forget I said this. Please don't. Don't what? Forget? Forget what? This is a nightmare. Now let's eat. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining. And it's not just the remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, you really are... you are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough jump to ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram all of them on screen at the same time again, so just believe me, they're all here. And they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm as surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. Hovers in spirit seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart. She throws caution to the wind and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderer's Island. But hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do. And heaven knows they won't do any better than that. Clearly, I need to do a little bit more to be part of this group, or I'll be alone forever. However, I don't eat. I like being alone, so I take all that back. I don't care what the group has for dinner, as long as we start with shrimp cocktail. I saw a movie once where these ghosts turned tail to a haunted synchronized dance, and I'm still working out how they did it. You mean beetle? Don't, Tits McGee, stop them from saying it. Beetle shrimp, the most rare and delicious type of shrimp. Beetle shrimp? Is this some new species? Because I've hunted so many beetle and many shrimp. I've never heard of beetle shrimp. Of course you haven't. Like Spirit says, they've got hypnotic power. Anyone who sees them soon forgets. And also something to do with dancing? I wasn't going to say anything that dumb. No, what I was going to say. Achoo! Excuse you, Titsminky. Excuse you, Titsminky. Now, you were saying, Strapper. You've done all you can. I appreciate it. I'm going to have to narrate us out of this somehow. Hold on. Are you afraid we might accidentally recite some spell and conjure a ghost? Because I hate to break it to you, but it's a bit late for that. And then, giant osprey swooped down and a severed head on the table, distracting everyone. Trapper. Hey. I've never seen this particular severed head before. What? This time I'm being honest. Sorry, not my finest work, but something had to be done. We've got to be careful about which cultural references we get mixed up with, after all. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You've had an interesting day, that's for sure, but how will you describe it to the others? Say too much or too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there saying nothing. Nothing is not an option. Recapped my day honestly. Spent a lot of time at his... Stop right now! Right now! There will be no recapping of any kind. And Titsman G, we'll talk later. You chose badly. Dwight and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they are all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetit. Don't you mean bone? No, almost everything we serve has lots of bones in it, even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. Everyone finishes. Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? Thank them. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. Everyone, if you could please be so kind to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly or go unwillingly. You have a choice. Did you have a choice on how you had said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire's rebirth. Fire illuminates as a soul. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes. Because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. That was a way to do it. I take a seat on a comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for other killers to take their places, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think? Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Hi, guys. Oh, cool. Now everyone is looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story? Or we could play charades? Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Wraith points to a spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoots lasers. Try not to bore us, but are just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now, you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. Yes. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, end up burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Titsman G was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Fine, I'll tell a story. Sure. Story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay. Action. Here's an action-packed yarn for you lot. Time I got into a bar fight. The group is interested. They lean in. I'm all ears. I'm not talking about the bucket of them I have on my boat. You crack open a beer by smashing the bottle cap off the nearest rock before starting. I'm at the local watering hole, powering up with my regular 12 beers before I slay at the pool table. Slay is good. Steely Dan blasts from the jukebox. The bartender's tip jar is filled to the brim. I pound the final pint and smash the glass on the counter as I demand shots for the entire joint. Shots, shots, shots. Our patrons cheer for me. I am their god. Suddenly, I hear the telltale revving of engines outside. Motorcycles. The salon doors swing open. Wait, it's a saloon now? Oh, wait, it's a saloon now? And in walks my arch nemesis, Big Slim, the giant of North Toledo. He sounds sexy. Though I thought I smelled something acrid from Akron, and when I hopped off the hog, Slim says with a sneer. I get up from my stool, the gal behind me rubbing my shoulders, revving me up for an inevitable fight. Long way from home, aren't we, Slim? What are the fine people of Elm Street going to do without someone to sell them? Someone's second-hand cufflinks tonight. I taunt him. He strokes his oily beard. This story has a lot of specific geographic references in it. I have a perfectly good job at the pawn shop. Why are you coming at me like that? Slim yells. That's fair, I scream back. Why do we even hate each other? I can't even remember. Something about me cutting you off in traffic, but is a big misunderstanding, Slim yells. Well then, let's hug it out, I say, tears starting to well in my eyes. And we made up. What about the bar fight? Oh yeah, we got in a real blowout fight later that night. Really yelled our proverbial heads off, but it was just an argument about whether you should say pop or soda. Come on! I gave up headlining at Coachella for this. Spirit laughs hysterically, probably laughing at you, but it's a laugh you're ready to accept. That was sure kind of a story, technically. Okay, that was not a good story. I didn't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but the snake narrator keeps it real. We can't just end there. So who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? From killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. I want to pick Spirit. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. Oh, I have ads starting in 5 seconds. We will hang out right here on this screen. It's called The Bride, or technically, I suppose, the fiancé. Fiancé? Sorry, I just had to say that because it was fun. Boop, 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 boop. We're just gonna hang out for the ads. I don't want to progress the story too much. Man. I didn't think I'd be this tired today, but it happens. Are we back yet? Nope, 45 more seconds. Halfway through. Doo-doo. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Boop, 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 boop. 1 second, and welcome back. We are now back from ads, and I will now continue with the story. It's called The Bride, or technically, I suppose, the fiancé. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would get married. The two were madly in love, could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. For the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful shabby chic farmhouse. Together, they spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cake slices before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lily Koi, by the way. So fancy. When it came to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or the fiancé, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiancé decided that she would create unique floral arrangements from the local wildflowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day, she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the woods she surveyed, the bride, or the fiancé, since they had not yet been married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came up a once familiar clearing, something was not as expected. Somehow, it was even more beautiful now than it had ever been before. And just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful, she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up a flower after flower, and every time she did, she nosed just further ahead and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of the spring air, the fiancé crept further and further into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she'd been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from their stems into festering moldy piles on the floors. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into a shadowy glen she walked, and walked, and walked. That day, as guests gathered into the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wondering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. Out there, all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad. Just like someone we know. With story time. A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm more of a fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing the series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment and builds the greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, Dutz, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move into the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of romantic Twilight moment. I'm gonna need you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight. Try not to wink wink end up dead. Why did you say the words wink wink out loud? And what kind of double entendre are you getting up with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear somebody trash talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk burns things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be next to a literal fire. Must they be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could? Just you and me. On those spindly legs, you'd probably tired before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded Tits McGee is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all of that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on, or is it just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems the attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you. For the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us and maybe we could all move on with our lives, or, some special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who will it be? Who will you head off for an evening activity? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. It's Dave. Yes. I have a feeling I'm about to die. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But with the streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Fair. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because, that guy. Huntress? I had the feeling you'd pick me. You've got good taste, and I don't say that just because I'm considering meeting you. Huntress licks her lips as she eyes you up and down. You've never felt like a literal piece of meat this much before in your life. What have you gotten yourself into? Fun. I got myself into fun, okay? Gosh.
That's what she said.
Let's go over to the bar. I'm going to make you into something special. Oh my gosh. You and Huntress whisk yourselves away to the bar, and when you arrive, you find an arrangement of arts and crafts supplies. And are those taxidermy? Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, yes. Taxidermy tools. Cool. Are you freaking out? I'm not freaking out. You wonder what's going on through Huntress's head. Though she's bubbly and enthusiastic, you're always terrified she might snap. Something on your mind? She smiles. Drink this. Huntress hands you the seemingly normal tropical cocktail. If one were to drug you into some sort of state in which you could be operated on, these flavors would certainly hide the poison. You look around and consider what else there is to live for besides becoming Huntress's little toy, and the conclusion is bombs away. You pound the drink. It's quite nice. I've been thinking about making you a mask. Would you be into that? Of course, I've always admired yours. What would you like? A mask with the light dangling off the front of it, and big scary fang teeth. All the better to see in the dark when I go out for my evening hunt. I'll chop my prey to death. Nom nom. I'm talking anglerfish, baby. That is such a cool idea. Badass. Okay, see, like, being huntress, I knew we were gonna hit it off. Yeah, I'm full of cool ideas. I don't even know where they come from. Probably like the clouds or something. Well, I know what I'm going to be working on tonight. All alone. In my skimpy pajamas. Huntress winks at you. Should we just, like, get out of here? Okay. So that's would be my normal reaction. These drinks are making me pretty sleepy. Should we, like, get out of here? Maybe go get directly into your bed? No! That's not how tonight goes. I mean, that's not how it's supposed to go. Not yet, at least. You kooky kids. Soon. Huntress, you've got lots of hobbies. Why don't you share something with us that you're passionate about? Something less deadly than throwing axes or chasing survivors, maybe? Just a thought. Making more masks? Or wait, making matching gloves? No, you little joker. I'm thinking of a different type of making. Making our victims die fast, medium, or slow deaths, depending on the mood we're in. It's another round of be careful what you wish for on Murderer's Island. Do I need your help? Doing something in a different place entirely? You read my mind. Me either. I'm talking about mycology. Oh no, mushrooms? I've picked a lot of them, and I'm very familiar with which ones make for a grape soup bliss, and which ones make you feel super dead. I'll show you 2 mushrooms. You point at the one that's safe to eat. Okay, that sounds easy enough. Oops, that little fella is an autumn skullcap, and after eating one, if the diarrhea doesn't kill you and the liver failure probably will. Next one up, this one's very easy. I'm sure you'll nail it. Point to the one that won't result in almost instant death if you eat it. Correct! Hey, that was a chanterelle. It sounds fancy and tastes fancy too. Just like a certain someone I know. I bet. Nom nom nom. Final question. Which will make you jump for joy? And which will make you vomit until you die? This one and that one? In that order? Correct! That's the green cracking rusula. Sure, it might look moldy, but I guess you shouldn't judge a mushroom by its gross green cap. Not everything is exactly as it appears at first glance. That was fun, right? I like flexing a little more than just my biceps for you. Alright, let's see here. Tabulating your answers, and not great. Not all wrong, but it only takes 1 poisonous mushroom to put you down for good. Guess you'll just need to keep me around so you don't shove anything deadly in your mouth.
That's what she said.
Huntress claps her hands giddily. I appreciate you spending time with me tonight. I know the other killers are all very alluring in their own way. It means a lot that you spend time with a forest bumpkin such as myself. You're no bumpkin. You're a strong, independent woman. Don't demean yourself. Huntress sleeps on you, knife to your throat. I'll demean myself if I want to. She's angry, but also turned on? This is pretty hot. Claudette, we're here. Claudette and Dwight are gathering everyone together on the beach. Typical. Exactly what the voice said. I'm telling you, and I'm being honest, that you're the only one who can hear me. Sure. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was? Boy, feels like I've been here a lot longer than that, actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that I mean you, can get some beauty rest. Funny story. The sun is risen, and I do actually need to go to bed soon. A do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratordom. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang. The brain, the mogul, the basket case, the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream date and see who Tits McGee chooses. Who's ready for round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Wraith, why don't you go first? You look like you'd hate that. Stop talking. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I just prefer to tell Tess McGee privately. I don't really know how that's going to work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Tits McGee? Wraith considers for a long time. Too long. That's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. And it's going to be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off
That's what she said.
this island. And then maybe we can go on a real date. That'd actually be kind of cool. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. You're the spirit. Figuratively, damn it, Dwight, you gotta watch your words with these people. Tomorrow, you're spit in the face of God, die and be reborn anew. That's it. If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper, or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you want to at least specify which god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Alright, so hydrate tonight if you want to hang out with Spirit. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable, not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event, and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Why, yes. Thank you. I'd love to. So, Tits McGee, you thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Tomorrow will suck. Probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with. I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. You're not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Great! Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I am planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing. Got away. Then, boy oh boy, have I got venture planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? Guess you'll have to pick me to find out. Let me tell ya, it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing, because it's clear already that you're going to pick me. Confident, mysterious, I like it. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you'll need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Now go dream about those swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. And you know what? I'm actually going to save right there. And we'll continue this on tomorrow's stream. So thank you for hanging out with me today. We are going to come back to this tomorrow, playing more of the Hooked on You, a Dead by Daylight dating sim. I had a lot of fun, and I have several people who are still online that I would like to introduce you to. One of them being Rafi, Professor Oblivious. If you have not been following him, you obviously should. He is currently playing Sea of Thieves, and he also often plays Arc Raiders. He is one of my morning people that I hang out with often, and I just enjoy being in that kind of community, and we'll go say hi. I'm gonna go ahead and start that raid thing going. Raid Professor Oblivious. Grab your raid message. Top one for subs, bottom one for followers, or if they're not even. And we'll see you again tomorrow. I should be on time. Should be. It'll be up here at 0 to 400 Monday and Sundays, except for today, which we will blame on culture, because why not? Right? Right? All right. Okay, guys. I will see you guys later. I love your faces. I love your face too, Willie. Thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.